see, I have made my way outside to join Orly and Allie, who have created the most spectacular Galentine's Day tablescape. This is so cute. What inspired this, ladies?
Us.
Yes.
Our gals. I mean,
Good answer.
The thing that Allie and I were talking about that we love so much about Valentine's Day is it's not only a time to celebrate like your husband or your wife and that relationship in your life, but also just the relationships you love, your girlfriends, people you want to spend more time with. So it's a perfect excuse to get all your girls together and have like a little celebratory dinner.
That's right.
I'll take any excuse for that, right? And we really wanted it to feel like whimsical and make it easy. So these are actually really, it's a big impact, right? But it's really simple little things that you can do to create this. We've got like the winter whites, the pops of color. It's so much fun, and you'll be sure to have a blast with all your girlfriends.
All right, cheers, ladies. Let's get started. This is very easy to make. Let's show everybody how to make it. And by the way, it's not just for Galentine's Day or Valentine's Day. As I was looking at this, you could do this for a wedding.
Yes.
A centerpiece for a wedding, and look at the photo op, taking little pictures inside the heart. So that's what we're going to start with.
Yes, the heart. What I really liked about this is that I wanted it to be an impactful centerpiece, but I also wanted you to be able to see through it, so you can see all your friends' beautiful faces and have lots of conversation. So that's where this idea kind of came from. So all you're going to do is you're going to take a big piece of poster board and you're going to fold it in half. And the reason for that is when you're making a heart, you don't want to just cut out a heart on a piece of poster board. You want to cut out a half heart, because by doing that with a folded piece of paper, you have two completely equal sides. So once you have your pattern on the poster board, you'll then just take that pattern. You'll cut out first the big heart, right? And then what I did is I took a ruler and I went 3 inches basically in all the way around and marked it, so that way I could cut out the other side, if that makes sense. So once you do that, you're then going to take your foam core and you're going to cut out 2 pieces. And then once you cut out the heart, you're just going to cut the bottom off and then create a little nook at the bottom, which I'll explain in a minute. But cutting the bottom of the heart off is just to give it a flat surface like this. And then you're going to create a brace. So this, again, you just cut out. And the point of this is that we're going to hook these together so this guy stands up. So really, you could just hook them together and they'll stay pretty well. But I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue just because, you know, my girlfriends like to drink champagne during Galentine's
knock the hearts over.
I don't want them knocking anything over. I mean, Orly just always
How dare you, Allie? Just create a little saddle joint.
Yeah. You just do that. Create this little, right here, stand. And then I'm going to take this down here. I already have one. You cut out basically a rectangle piece of the foam core just as a base, and then you're just going to line up your hearts. You essentially just want to put it on the foam core and just kind of look, like get down here if you need to, like, okay, looks good. You know, give it an eyeball. And then, you're just going to add a bunch of hot glue to the bottom to make it nice and sturdy. Then you're just going to put it on there. Yeah, hold it down. I'll hold it while it's drying.
Take this.
And then to give it a little height on the table, I just placed it on top of a cake stand. Nice. To give it a little height, and then Orly's going to decorate it beautifully.
And then you covered it, Orly, I see, with some beautiful white fake fur that looks like snow, and these hoofs and bows. Those are sweet.
So the thing that was fun about this is, you know, Allie, she's really into like all white, bright white. So we thought that it would be really fun to commit to that. So a nice big white faux fur throw that you have already, you can use, or you can just buy like a yard of fabric, whichever way you want to do it. You're going to cover the cake stand, and then what I did is I went in and I just sprinkled some of that fake snow, which is really like that shredded cellophane stuff. Super inexpensive. It gives a little glitter.
And it's on sale right now.
Exactly, because people have regular snow. And so that just created the base. Then it came time for my interjection of color, lots and lots of color. So these ribbons, this is a material that I am obsessed with. It's actually called horsehair, which is a very bizarre name, but it's used in dressmaking because it has a lot of structure and it's like a spring. So people use this at the bottom of dresses to create structure and volume in their dresses. Comes in a variety of colors and a variety of widths. Now, I want to show you how I kind of created the little, if you go to the top, do you see the red like little curly cues? It's almost like a ruffle.
Right.
This is so cool. This was completely one of those accidental discoveries. So what I'm going to do is take my ribbon. They always are. I'm going to cut smaller lengths because if it's super long, it can be a little difficult to do this. Can you see on the very top how there's a thread, a dark thread running through only one side of it?
Yes.
Now, when you're making a regular ribbon, you want to remove that thread. But as you start removing it, what happens is it starts gathering.
Look at that.
How cool is it? So it starts gathering. So the reason I say shorter lengths is that if this was super long, it would take me forever. You just keep sliding until you get the little gathers that you want. You can go half on one side, then grab the other and work on the other side. Then I just, once I got the shape that I wanted, I just tied these
things
two
together.
little strings together. Now I've got these great little curly cues.
That's super cute.
So that's option one.
Okay.
The other option is just a standard bow, which is what you see, the little pale pink bows.
Which
and
are
also
tied beautifully.
It's so simple, Deb. So we're literally gonna tie it like you tie a shoe or something. So I've got this long piece here. Obviously, I've already removed the other thread because
Okay.
if you're doing it that way, create your one loop, just like you normally would.
All right.
Wrap it around and pull. Now is when you adjust. You just start pulling, pulling until you end up with the right dimensions so that you've got two tails.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
And because of the structure of this fabric,
Yes.
it sits up so beautifully.
The coolest thing about it is that you can see in the center, it springs down in order to get closed off by the tie, but then it goes bing and it pops back out. So you don't get a smashed bow.
And then you can cut the length of the
Anything
the
you
tail of
want.
This would be fantastic for presents as well.
I mean, this material,
Wow.
I cannot recommend it enough. I'm obsessed with it because it is just so like magical looking.
And versatile too.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
So then as you can see, one thing I do want to mention is when you go by your colors, what I did is originally, I've got this whole set that I made of these really bright magenta pink. When Allie and I were standing here, we were like looking at it and we're like, something's not working.
Yeah.
And it was the tone, and I'm gonna come over here just so you can see, it was the tone of this pink that was, we were losing our ombre effect. So if you
Right.
end up with a color that doesn't work, commit to it in another location. Make a little drink station with just this one color. Don't waste it, but just take a look. If things don't work, you know, maneuver.
Or glue it together, ladies,
Oh
like
my
this.
gosh.
And you can make a hostess hat. Just like that.
It's actually
And you're ready to go.
That looks good.
The
Kind of
Kentucky
fabulous.
I'm
Derby.
into it.
Beautiful
Wait, I want one.
fascinator. Yeah, okay, we can make them, and you know what? We're gonna
I'll
get
make a
underneath
red
the
one.
heart, ladies, and we're gonna
Yes.
take pictures with our fasteners.
Oh my
Here,
God,
Allie.
see? Okay,
I'll
this
make
will be-
another one. I'll
okay.
grab a bow.
This
There
will
you
be
go.
our
This is it.
Yeah.
This is our Galentine's
Deb, you
Day
go
our
right
party.
Galentine's
Get in
Day
there.
theme.
There you go.
There
You
you
all,
go.
for full instructions, you can head on over to hallmarkchannel.com and don't forget to tune into the premiere of a Valentine's match this Saturday night right here on Hallmark Channel. And stay